In this video, I'm introducing 2 new skincare devices to keep your skin smooth and glowing. If that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back. Christine Byer here, licensed esthetician for 22 years, and on this channel we talk all about your skincare journey because it's never one thing that makes your face look fantastic. It's a whole combination of things, right? So we just brought on 2 very high quality, and I want to emphasize high quality. These are German made devices. And a backstory about quality in the beauty industry. I see so much stuff on YouTube. It's like this oatmeal mask and this 50 cent this and 50 cent that. It's like everything is cheap and good. But I was looking the other day, what was it? It was on, I don't know if you watch Billions. They talk about, there's a pyramid, and there's cheap, and then there's good quality, and then there's fast. And you can't have all 3. You can have 2, but you can't have all 3. And I was like, wow, that is so interesting, because I think about all the junk I have bought over the years. And let me tell you, we just paid almost $400 for them to carry away junk and devices. And the part of that was a recycling charge. And I'm like, whatever. But that's good that they're recycling them, because they're junk. And I remember it was up to about 2015 when I first started taking classes with Jane Mann, which is an expense. You know, I had to fly out to Vegas and pay for my hotel room, pay for the class. That's when I started to get real results. I mean, I feel like I got okay results before then, but real results is when I really invested in something high quality that paid back. Shortly thereafter, I found the Mini, also very good quality, made in the USA, and I started adding in products and devices that I felt were maybe not the cheapest, but definitely the highest in quality that I knew of, right? And not a ripoff, because there are things I see in the beauty industry where I'm like, how does that infrared light cost that much? You know, I'm just like, what is going on here? It's like things that just don't make any sense to me. So I was looking for good value. Anyway, that being said, I want to introduce you to these 2 devices. This first one I love. This actually won Les Nouvelles Esthétiques, which is an esthetician trade magazine, aesthetics trade magazine. It was the first magazine I ever read. I was so excited about the beauty industry, about skincare and aesthetics. So this was voted by other estheticians the best of. This is a microdermabrasion device. This guy has 2 speeds, and it comes with 2 heads. One is for sensitive skin, one is for not sensitive skin, or a little tougher skin. And it's rechargeable. The head comes off really easy like this. It just twists on and off, clicks back on. And I have been playing with this. I'm loving it. I'm loving the results. I actually missed microdermabrasion, but I didn't want a big clunky device in my treatment room. It's like I have so much stuff in here. I figured I didn't need anything else junking it up, you know. And I just didn't do it for the longest time. But then they introduced me to this, and I have to tell you, this thing is strong. So you have to be, you have to play with it a little bit. You have to be. I mean, I suggest trying it on your hand first, and you hear that little engine, it gets going when it grabs the skin. I suggest trying it on your hand, on your arm, where the skin is taut, a little more taut than on the face. And I think the most important thing with this device is that you use it on, you make sure your skin is super dry. It's like wash your face and then dry. Just let it air dry, or well, you can pat it dry with a towel, but let it dry completely. And then a lot of times I will take a tissue and just kind of smooth it over and get any excess moisture out of the skin, and then I do it. And it's in this little pattern, and I'll show the pattern here. But yeah, it's best if you pull the skin taut, hold on, pull it taut. And yeah, this thing is a workhorse, and I am just in love with it, and clients are loving it. I'm getting really good results, and this is something you would use once a week. And when you do a pass, I want to emphasize that you don't have to like push really hard into the skin. You kind of just let the little suction take place, and then you move it across, you glide it across the skin. Also, you never want to do it more than 5 strokes in the same area, but otherwise very simple to use. Takes a little bit of getting used to, like around, if you have a very curvy forehead like me, that forehead angle, trying to get this straight on there. But once you learn how to use it, it is a fantastic exfoliation. And like I said, you would use this 1 time per week. This is going to help with fine lines and wrinkles, pigmentation, large pores, all sorts of good stuff. The only contraindication, what I would say, is active acne. I would not take this over a pimple and then put that all over the face. If you have 1 or 2 pimples, you can sort of work around that. But this is good for all skin types. If you have patches of red capillaries, you can just avoid those. With this, you just use it exactly where you need it. So if you have a little bit of forehead wrinkles that you want to soften here, I will do just hold this very tight and do the sides of the eyes and the lip and the chin area. It's fantastic for that. This is their ultrasonic spatula. This I love. Oh my gosh. I used this on my mom, and this sucker is amazing. It is so much more powerful for some reason. I mean, I've had a handful of these in the past, and here we go again with the junk. There is a lot of junk out there. And that's why I like these German-made devices, because they have a 2-year warranty. They are solid. I haven't dropped this or anything, but I've dropped my Curve and some other devices made by MBK, and just they're solid like bricks, and nothing happened. I don't suggest doing it on purpose, but so this one you turn on. You have to hold it for a second. It has different modes. So you've got just pure sonic. So if you want to turn the blade upside down, or sorry, this would be the right side, right way. See, it's like this, so it's kind of the scoop is up. And you would put a enzyme on the skin or something that, a simple enzyme, the Neogenesis Cream Enzyme Mask, something like that. And you can remove it with this, and you will just go and take off the excess dead skin cells. Now you always have to have something wet, water on the skin for conductivity. This is not on, so that's why I'm using it on my hand with no water. But it also has a lifting function, which I used on my mom today, and I was like, wow. I didn't think this could lift, but apparently I was wrong. It has the positive and negative ions, so if you want to pull gunk out of the face, you would put it on the negative. And if you wanted to penetrate product, you would put it on the positive, and make sure that you're touching the little conductive bar so that you have conductivity and the negative and positive ions will work. And then just the low high, they all have low high here. And I always just keep it on high because I find that most clients are not sensitive to this. This tends to be very, very well tolerated. And I like these for exfoliations on clients that I'm like, I don't know about their skin, and first time with them or whatever. But if you leave the enzyme on a little bit longer, and then when you take it off, it's gonna just scoop up all those dead cells, and you can really get into the corner here and get the blackheads out around here. And the trick with that is just apply a tiny bit of pressure and just wait for them, and they'll kind of wiggle themselves out. And when you want to penetrate product, you just flip it this way and make sure that you're on the bar, but you flip it this way, and you put on like the Hydrolift Conductive Gel and Mask, and you just work that in. When you want to do lifting, you're gonna do slow strokes up and out, and from the center of the face towards the ear on both sides, and then up. You can use this around the eye socket, but don't go inside. And just remember, you really have to keep this moving Never overuse this on the eye area because it is strong, but it helps with under eye puffiness. Just a great quality device. It just outperforms any other ultrasonic spatula that I have owned. And I'm just giddy with these devices from MBK from Germany. They're just such high quality and devices that are going to last you a lifetime. You don't have to worry about things like, a 2-year warranty. Who has a 2-year warranty? Like, that is so unheard of. So if you need some exfoliation, this is a very versatile device. It's a lot of fun, super high quality, and I think that you'll love it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.